like to extend my gratitude to Gundam Model Center, especially the owner, for going out of his way and getting me this metal build. This is not a sponsored video. I just want to mention the store because they are awesome. They also have a Facebook group called Gundam Central. They are very active there, especially the owner. And the moderators and admins are very responsive. If you have any question, they will answer your question. So I'm going to put the link under the description below, together with the store and the Facebook. This is the first section. We have the action base parts. It needs to be assembled. This part right here is the actual action base, but actually it's a section by section. You actually have to assemble it by using these blocks right here to lock it. So it's a locking mechanism that goes underneath. If I'm not mistaken, this is a remote control for the spotlight earlier, and it's a well-detailed control, and you wouldn't even notice that it's a remote control. So you're gonna need 4 of AG4 batteries. So for the spotlight, we're gonna need 3 of each, so that's 9 AG10 batteries. The actual spotlight is here. There's an LED inside. Actually, it's like a mini flashlight, and it's well detailed. The switch button is right here. I think you just have to turn it on and use the remote control. Next would be the stand or arms for the spotlight. Oh, I forgot to mention, these are plastic. It's a well detailed stand or arms for the spotlight and articulated too. There's a joint here, joint here, joint here, and joint. The pistons are not functional but detailed. And careful on this one, there's a little small pistons right here, but don't hold here, you might break it. You need to assemble this one. This is for the Dragon. This is a stand for the Dragon. And we have clamps right here. It's spring loaded. The tip is, there's a rubber cover so that you won't chip the paint, which is pretty awesome for the company to do it. And rest, we have screws and a screwdriver. These screws are for the Dragon stand right here. So we have the second section, which is the main action figure, the metal build action figure. It's a 1/72 scale, so it's quite tall. There's the sword right there. There is some writings there, which I don't know how to read it. There's a weight to it. Oh, actually you can remove it. This is plastic, but a very well made plastic, and the detail and the paint is pretty much spot on. I don't see any overspray or any paint defect. Oh, looks up. So yeah, it's a bit heavy. This is a javelin. It's a pretty long javelin. It's also plastic. The stick itself, they use a flexible plastic, and I don't see any overspray or any defect on the paint. It's pretty much spot on there. And we have the tip right here for the, just insert it like that, there. And we have the blade. What you're gonna do is just gonna slide it down. It's a long javelin. Arms. Now, the arms there's a weight to it because the inner frame is metal. This is actually a die cast. And the hands are articulated. And careful because the tip are pretty much sharp. You might puncture your skin and you might bleed. Fingers are articulated. It's a nice touch. The paint is spot on. I don't see any overspray or defect. It came with two extra pair of hands. This is a fixed hand right here, closed fist, angled wrist, closed fist also with straight wrist. This is the Blue Dragon's head. You can see the eye, transparent green, can hardly see it there. The connection is a ball joint. I am amazed on the detail of the head. Now let's go to the main body, which is well protected. Ooh, now this is heavy. And there are foams right there so that you won't scratch the paint. LED is right here, and you can remove this part right here. This is where the battery goes. You need 3 AG4 batteries there. And the switch is right here in the back, just like the one on Sazabi. And you can see right there, the inner part is die cast. The only plastic on this action figure is the armor itself, but the inner frame is die cast. Die cast right there, die cast. Even this part right here is die cast. The painted parts are plastic. The gray parts are die cast. Legs. Articulation there. And the knee. Ooh, this is look at this part right here. When you bend the knee, the second joint kicks in, and the plate right here moves. There we go. The side skirt, the front and the back skirt, you can move it independently. There's a rotation right there. Ankle. And the tip of the feet is movable.
can move right there. And the ankle armor can move independently. You can actually extend the dowel joint on the front skirt. Side skirt, it's only connected by a ball joint on the side. Back skirt, ball joint on the side. You have a butterfly armor for the shoulder, up and down, up and down. Head. There you go. Next would be the backpack. There, it's a very simple design. Peg, plastic, and we have thruster right here and movable flaps. The top part and the bottom part. There, and it's also detailed. The side flaps are also movable, and I don't think there's an LED on it. Yeah, there's no LED. And this one, this is a sword holder. Alrighty, this is the dragon. We have the dragon's head right here. It's also cased. There's a little weight to it, but it's plastic. The eyes right there, it's red. And movable mouth. Careful, because the fangs are sharp. Oh, movable cannon right here on the mouth. Translucent green. We got blue. Yeah, the paint is, the color separation is spot on. And we have the effect right there. I think they did pretty awesome on this one. Even though there's no light shining, it feels like the orange is glowing, or there's a light inside. And this is a fire effect. Yeah, you can place this on the arm, or for the dragon's neck, I think. Yeah. Another one. Ball. Yeah. Doesn't rotate, only up and down. And this is the tail of the dragon. They're all plastic, but it's pretty well made. And the legs of the dragon, the piece right here, it's die cast, the joint, and this one right here, it's die cast, but the rest are plastic. Circulation right there, and the claws can move. Yeah, it's pretty tight right now because it's brand new. You still have to break it in. This the body of the dragon. You can rotate, move up and down. So independently, this piece right here can rotate, and the front can rotate. And this is also die cast right here. Die cast, die cast, die cast, die cast. But this piece, the painted piece, are plastic. Main action base is this motor nuclear insignia, which is very detailed. The thickness of the plastic is very thick, so it will not bend. And this is the first base stand or action base that is very detailed. The dragon is being secured by this 5 plastic stand. I highly recommend using this 5 plastic stands. Even though the dragon can stand by itself, thanks to the 4 legs, but I'm thinking in a long or prolonged display, the joint will loosen. So I highly recommend you guys use these stand that is provided to this action figure. All of the top armor of the dragon, the rear part are movable, and on the tail, this piece right here, let's say the spike of the tail, are movable. You can actually extend it and retract it, but that's about it. On the head, I like the fire effect that they provided us. The eyes can be lit up by 2 AG4 batteries. The battery houses inside the head. You can easily disassemble it, and the switch is right here in the back. Okay, this beam cannon right here, it's actually separate. You have to connect it. It's being connected by a ball joint. All of these are plastic. They can be disassembled or separate. It's being held by ball joint. So this accessory is very articulated, just like the dragon, and you can connect it to the back of the backpack. This piece right here is removable. Instead of connecting this accessory to the backpack, you can connect it to the back right here as a tail. On the bottom part, there is a panel that you can remove for your base stand to be connected. There's a female peg in the back of the backpack where you connect the
sword holder, and you can just connect the action base connector to the back. This is how it looked like when you put it all together. The actual length of the dragon, it's almost 4 feet long. It's heavy, it's long. The best part is very detailed, and the color separation is spot on. Now on the action figure itself, the robot, it is a very solid action figure and very detailed. The joints, I mean all joints are very tight, so even if you rock it around or flap it around, the arm, the legs, the head, it will not flap around. The action figure and the dragon all together, it's pretty well made. The detail wise and the quality, there's no question about it. It's awesome. Now let's talk about the bad stuff or the things that I don't like about this Metal Build action figure. First is that majority of the armors are glued. I don't like my action figures being glued, because if something goes wrong or something breaks, if the armor is glued, I'll be spending more time ungluing it or frying it out, and worst scenario, breaking the armor. Whereas if it's not glued, you can just easily disassemble it and fix the problem. Second, they provided us with two pair of hands which are fixed hand. They also glued the thumb and the hand, I mean the fingers to the palm. Some suggested to dip it on a hot water and insert the sword, but once it cools down, you'll be able to remove the sword. Third one is a battery eater. Why? Because it needed a lot of batteries. Like for example, the Spotlight, it needs 9 AG10 batteries, and the robot itself and the dragon, total of battery needed for that is 5 AG4. And last, the remote control needed 4 AG4 and total of 18 batteries.
So I think that's all for now. If you guys have any question, leave a comment below, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to like and share my videos. Until next time, see ya, bye bye.